Welcome back everybody to the Zeusdaz Unemulated Retro Game Channel. I am your host Zeus and I give you a Let's Play. We're going to be playing the new version, homebrew version of Final Fight on the Amiga. Now if many of you remember, this was featured, the original Final Fight was featured on my Shit Game Time series and to this day remains the most requested game to be placed into the Shit Game Time vault. I'll put the link of that Shit Game Time review in the video description below, and at the end of this video as well it will probably pop up in a thumbnail. My thoughts about that game, a lot of people were absolutely disappointed with it. It started off with like this, these graphics, like arcade perfect, but once you started playing the game it played like a dog. You would just be literally pincered in a corner, you could never get out, there was no in-game music, there was no soul, no enjoyment of the game, it was very flat. Power moves wasn't really there. There was just no atmosphere to the game. Any atmosphere of the arcade was completely lost in translation when it went over to the Amiga version. That was done by Richard Applins, but fair dues, it was him on his own. But here we go. This version has sort of come out via hobbyist. Brick Nash has done this. And yes, what I will say is though, you will need a full ECS Amiga, it doesn't run on OCS, and 2 megabytes of memory, not 1, so you need 2 for this. And the thing about this is, right, it uses 2 buttons, and also it's thrown in an extra character there. So they're all here. We'll go with, obviously, most people go with Cody. There are definitely bugs and glitches in this game though, especially if you do a 2-player, but we won't go there. There's a little bit of loading, long loading times as well. But, you know, it is what it is. We're just used to having games that load so quickly, aren't we now? On SD devices, on our 8-bits computers and 16-bits, they load pretty much instantaneously. But this is the old-fashioned loading into Amiga hardware. So, what are the new additions to this version? Well, the colour palette is slightly been tweaked. The main thing is there's in-game music now, and as far as I can tell he's reduced the amount of fighters that appear on the screen at the same time, which means it doesn't slow down and you don't get stuck in a corner where you just can't get out of. And that was the worst thing about the original release back in 1989, 1990. I can't remember when it came out on the home systems. But it was a nightmare. Once you got cornered, you just couldn't get out. It was so frustrating. And I emphasise that heavily on the Shit Game Time review of this game. But this deserves a Let's Play because it definitely plays a lot better. But as I said, you have to put up with certain long loading times. Here we go. And the screen ratio is different as well. It's slightly more overscan. You press both buttons, you can do the moves. It's got in-game music, as I said, you can hear that clearly now. It's very nice. And it's got the arcade sound effects of Cody as well when he does his uppercut. That's nice too. So, yeah. In the arcade version, you would get so many enemies. Not in arcade version, in the original Amiga release, you get so many of these enemies coming at you, you just couldn't fight them all. And all you'd have is a little jab. You didn't get that strong uppercut version. Again, not taking anything away from Richard Applin. I mean, to do it on his own was something. He wasn't a fan of beat-em-ups either. He did a fantastic job on Double Dragon 2 on Amiga, I will say. But this definitely plays a lot better. There's more atmosphere in it now because of the music. Yes. You can jump and kick like that. So he's got a hell of a reach with his kick. But it makes so much difference, doesn't it, when there's in-game music? It just gives it more atmosphere. Oh good, we got the old pipe. I mean, some of the characters still look a bit flat in colour, but it is the ECS colour palette we're using here. And I think he did borrow some of Richard Applin's code, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. And it's got that dillion, which means get your ass moving. Oh, and here's Fat Baldy who runs across the screen 100 mile an hour. Now you can't, yeah, there we go. you just couldn't get past many of these guys on the original release. But you can get out of corners now. Come on, you. Also, the energy bar, the bosses, it looks like you're not taking any energy away, but you are. It's just the arcade version has different colour bars if they've got a lot more energy, whereas this stays yellow and will remain staying yellow until you hit them enough. Then the energy will visibly be seen getting reduced. There he is. So look, he's yellow. I can keep whacking him and he remains yellow, but I am actually taking energy off him. I'd rather him hit me actually. I don't want this pipe anymore. That's it. That's what I wanted you to do. And I think he even does his whistle on here when he calls his goons over. Yeah, it plays so much better now. It's a pity there isn't a trainer, you know, a cheat menu. I'll have to send him a message, see if there's a cheat code for it, or you can add one. There you go. Even that's the that was in the arcade, the old whistle. I don't think that was in the original either. Now, if you ask me what was my best ever two-player scrolling beat-em up of all time, of course, most people say, "Oh, it's Double Dragon." It all started with that kind of thing. Oh, I'm dead already. For me, it was Streets of Rage 2. Nothing tops that. Nothing tops that. I even put Final Fight Arcade versus Streets of Rage 2 on the Mega Drive. See, his energy's going down now. And Streets of Rage 2 won that. Oh no. Get rid of you. Come on, you goons. So there are glitches. I don't know what other glitches there are, because I haven't really played this game much. But the fact is, you can connect. You can get through your opponent's punches, whereas the original Amiga version, you just could not. They all come at you, 5, 6 enemies, and you just could not get out of the corner. Instant death. Ridiculous. 2 discs. Moves quick as well. Very quick. Yeah, that guy in the brown, he always looks a bit dull, doesn't he? His colour palette always looked dull. There's a homebrew version of Street Fighter 1, which I'll be very happy to see what that's like on the Amiga coming out. Some guy doing it now. Forgive me, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'm very much looking forward to that, even though I have the actual arcade machine in my house. That guy always reminds me of Andre the Giant. Surprisingly, he's called bloody... What's his name? Andrew or something on this version? Andor. Yeah, come on, that's Andre. So I don't know, I'm playing this with a gamepad at the moment on my Amiga. Because I can't bother to get my Quickshot 2 Turbo out. So I don't know what happens with that, because that's got 2 buttons, but it doesn't work that way. How do you get the other button to... Yeah, how do you get the jump button? Is it spacebar? If you're using a one joystick button, one button joystick? I don't know. But oh yeah, it's so much more playable. So much more playable. Music, as I said, just makes so much difference when there's music. It adds atmosphere. Credits. Continue. No, I'm still Mackie, Guy, Cody. I'm still going to stay with Cody. Now it shouldn't really be loading that. That's a slight black mark on it because I've already got the character. There's no reason to reload the character in. Surely I've already playing with him. I can understand a bit of loading if you picked a different character because it's got to load the sprite in, but the sprite is already loaded in. So I don't understand that bit. Still, I'm not a programmer, so there might be a reason. These are very... Look at him just sat on a chair looking the other way. Your mates are getting beat up, mate. Do you want to wake up? Oh, crap, they're hitting heavy now, aren't they? Yeah, this is such an improvement. And it's a freebie as well, so kudos to him for doing that. Obviously, just as a hobby, fancy doing it. It's funny, uppercut knocks 3 of them down at the same time. Very cartoony. Must be nearing the end of the train now, surely. It's got to be the end of the train now. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Andre, get out of it. Give me that food. Andor, I keep thinking of Andre. It's Andre, let's just call him Andre. Come on. That it? No. Big fat bully boy. Yeah, so I don't know. There are issues, there are bugs. Glitches, I should say. But I don't know. Somebody might be able to like to list them all, I don't know. I think there's a glitch, some kind of glitch in 2-player mode. Graphic glitch, I don't know, I haven't tried it. Let's pick that up now. We get to the car beating stage if I get that far. And then we'll call it quits. You've got an idea of what this game's like, and it's bloody good. Is that Relento? No, look like Relento. Where did he go? Just throwing him off the screen, sod it. Oh, he's back again. Right, I think we're in the arena now with this. What's his name? Who makes an appearance in the Street Fighter Alpha 2, if I remember right. What's his name? Yeah, him. God, it's so much more easier as well than the original release. Oh, you missed me, didn't you? You was going to charge at me then, wasn't you? See, his energy's not going down, but it is. You just imagine a huge energy bar that's off the screen. Eventually, there we go, it's starting to sink now. Oh. Oh! So you get 3 credits, I think, or maybe 2. There you go, job done. Now I think we get to smash the car up. Again, very flat on the original version. And there's no music in this version either. Oh well. Quick, I'll go. Oh, I've got to jump and go around here. Damn it, I'm not going to do it, am I? Oh, hang on. Look at the time. So there's a slight bug issue there. The time doesn't go down. I don't know if he's aware of that.
Oh my god.
And that, I believe, is not in the original release either, where the speech. It is in the arcade, but where he's saying, oh no, his car's all messed up. Yeah, I don't know if he's aware of that time glitch there, but that's normally a timer that goes down, and then you've got to smash the car up before it gets to 0. But anyway, it's just brilliant. I'm hats off to you, mate, for doing this, really. And I hope you enjoyed this review of your game. I think everyone should give you a little pat on the back, a little bit of a standing ovation for that, for someone who doesn't expect any money for it, to put the time and effort into this. It's just got so much more of a fair hit ratio. You can fight, you can push back through the enemy, in other words. You can fight back, unlike the original Amiga release. Once you're in a corner by 2 or 3 or even 4 of them, you cannot get out. It's a waste of time. But I think we call it a day here. So this is known as Final Fight Enhanced, or Final Fight Better version, or Final Fight 2024, whatever you want to call it, for the Amiga 500. But you do need 2 megabytes of memory. I'm guessing that's because of the music, maybe. But yeah, I don't think many of us would have complained if we got this back in the day. It's got a lot more sound effects of the arcade, in-game music. It's much more playable. The fun of the arcade version has made its way over somewhat, unlike the original release by U.S.Gold. I think that'll do. That gives you the gist of what the game is like. Download it. Just go to the EAB forums and download it. I'm sure there's other sites you can download it to as well, but that's where I got this version from. Phenomenal, actually. So well done, mate. I respect that. I respect what you've done here. And yes, if I wanted to play Final Fight on the Amiga, it would definitely be this version. The original version was just, it's just unplayable. And as I said, I put a link in the description of that Shit Game Time review of my thoughts. It was the most requested game, as I said, to be placed into the Vault of Shitness on the Shit Game Time series. It had its fans and it had its haters. So I'll let you decide which group you belong in as far as the original release of Final Fight comes. But there we go. Yeah, just great job, mate. Great job. Absolutely. Can't complain about that. Go and play it. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Let's Play. Until next time, see you on the next video. Zeus out.